Today I'm going to be playing a grand campaign as Russia in EU4. Our goals are to conquer various and numerous regions around the world, form Russia, which we already did, and complete the ever-expanding Russian mission tree. This is where we left off last time. We have blobbed out quite hard. In this episode, we're going to continue pummeling the guys that are left over in Europe and in Asia before moving on to various regions of North America that we need to conquer later on. This is part 3. Check out parts 1 and 2 if you haven't already. Links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. But for now, let's continue our grand campaign as Russia in EU4. Alright, here we are back as Russia, ladies and gentlemen. A very cool campaign. I'm always excited to get back into these, after waiting and craving for them for so long. But yeah, this is what we look like, man. Russia proper right here. Obviously, in this map mode, you'll be able to tell that we have a couple of subjects. These minor, Ruthenian guys right here. Kazakh, we still got a couple of course to reconquer. Hungary is a junior partner along with Finland. And this is where we ended last time by taking some provinces from Persia right here. Because we haven't cored them up yet. But yeah, the regions we need to conquer, man: Scandinavia, Baltic, Poland, Carpathia, Balkans, Russia, Ruthenia, Pontic Steppe, Anatolia, Caucasia, Persia, Khorasan, Central Asia, Ural, West Siberia, Mongolia, East Siberia, Manchuria, Korea, and then various, colonial regions in North America. Colonial Cascadia, Colonial California, and Colonial Canada. I think that's all we need for these missions right here, but we'll get back to that later. So yeah, right now, man, things are looking pretty good. We're still #1 on the Great Powers list. Spain will be our main end game rival boss. They have England as a junior partner, various colonies in the New World. We still don't gotta get into it with them just yet, but we will do it later. Yeah, economy is decent. Obviously, as Russia, you won't have a super strong economy. This is where we are with tech. This is where we are with ideas, man. Finally, we can start taking mill ideas right here. A lot of the missions completed right here. This is another branch that unlocked when we formed Russia. This is another branch that unlocked when we became the Russian Empire, when we westernized. Pretty soon, we're going to get Western tech as well. So, yeah, no aggressive expansion with pretty much anyone, just a little bit with these guys down here. So now we can pretty much continue anywhere we want. I think it is time for us to get back to Europe for a little bit right here. By the way, we do have Constantinople. And, deal with the Commonwealth, with Sweden a little more. And then I guess we'll jump back into dealing with some of these guys right here. So yeah, that's the game plan right now. Let's figure out a way to fight the Commonwealth. But yeah, regarding, the game state and stuff like that, we have a couple of missions that we can take here. I'm just not taking them yet because we're not getting involved there yet. I'm gonna fight the Commonwealth now, take this right here, then we're gonna take this mission that gives us stuff on Poland. Later I want to annex Finland so we get the Carolingian infantry guys, or whatever. And yeah, pretty soon the age of absolutism is about to spawn. We do have quite a few privileges granted right here, so I do want to continue revoking these. So let's get rid of patronage right here. I think I'm also gonna get rid of commercial advisory board. I'm gonna get rid of nothing we can do right here, but maybe we can get rid of religious diplomats. Yeah, okay, so we still got a lot of privileges granted. Our max absolutism is probably like 50 or 60 right now. Oh, dude, I was like, let's declare on the Commonwealth, using the religious CB because we got religious ideas, but they flipped Orthodox. So shout out to them for converting a lot of these provinces right here. But even though they're Orthodox brethren, we're still gonna have to fight them. All right, armies are in position. Let's get into it with them. We're taking stuff primarily that's not in the region of Poland. I'm just gonna declare using whatever, a Commonwealth, a Hungary claim. Well, let's go for that one right there. There we go. Not actually gonna give anything to Hungary though. All right, I'm actually gonna give Nitro over to Hungary right here. There we go. And now let's go ahead and take as much as we can from the Commonwealth while not focusing on stuff in Poland. For this mission, man, past the issues, we need 7 subjects with 100 dev and less than 20% liberty desire. Now, I already have 3 of those, and those 3 are Hungary, Kazakh, and Finland, I think. So we need to make 4 more of our subjects bigger. Now, Chernigov we can't really do, but I guess we can continue to feed Galicia, Volhynia, Kiev, and Smolensk here. Because, yeah, we gotta get that mission done somehow, man. And I don't want to do it that late to where a lot of these guys will be the colonies too. Hungary, sorry, not Hungary, Norwegian Canada Let's see, they have 88 devs, so they are pretty close to being the 4th one, and then 3 more. Yeah, I think we feed Galicia, Volhynia, Kiev, and Smolensk, so let me transfer occupation and see the peace deal. Okay, I've done it like this. I don't know, I wonder if they'll accept that, or might that be too much war score? Oh, they actually will accept that, nice. So, that's all the land I can take. Do we go a little bit further? Let's give 1 more to these guys. 1 more to those guys. Maybe something like this. Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's the peace deal. And there we go. We just took a huge chunk out of the Commonwealth as well. I'll get claims on this later on. Now, let's see. 4 subjects, 100 dev, and less than 20 liberty desire. Chernigov is rebellious, and Galicia, Volhynia is a little bit as well, so let's placate them. Let's see if that puts it at 5. Yeah, it is at 5. So, Kiev and Smolensk aren't at 100 dev yet? Oh, Kiev is, and Smolensk, 70 dev. They're still not that big. Okay. And there's global trade, and we have completed another mission here. I think I've pushed into East Siberia. Yeah, because I started colonizing 2 more provinces right here. So, East Siberia gets Siberian fur production. We get an explorer. Interesting, we don't need that. Grand shipyard, some dev stuff. Plus 2 colonists? Colonial range and global settler increase allows recruitment of explorers and conquistadors for 100 years. Will this enable us to start colonizing Alaska? You know, Pacifico Norte is here already, and the coastline down here is blocked, but I do still think we have 5 provinces here, which of course is a chance for a colonial nation to establish itself. So there we go, we just took that. There's those extra colonists. Let's go with, I'm actually gonna go with, native coexistence here, so we don't, you know, bother ourselves too much. And let's see, I can see some of these already. Oh, there we go. I can send a guy to Kodiak, and I can yeah, we can't do Siberian frontiers over here. You gotta move your capital to the New World, which I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna cheese the game like that. There we go. Let's send a guy to Kenai as well. Perfect, man. This is dope. This is dope. You know what, boys? I think we go for the Ottomans next, man. You know, while we're standing around here, right? Because then we can feed Bulgaria, potentially get them up to 100 dev as well, and I'll be taking stuff for myself right here. I mentioned this last episode as well, man. It's kind of sucks that the Ottomans aren't our endgame boss. They really never even became successful this campaign. If you guys have been keeping up with this playthrough, you know, never pushed too hard into here. They allied themselves to Akkuyunlu, who owned all of this, so they couldn't go down here. The best thing that they did was make Crimea a march and expanded a little bit over here, but I nipped that in the bud early, man, and, you know, they just never became successful. There's no one really that powerful in Asia either. Really, like I said just a few minutes ago, Spain is our endgame boss this campaign, because we will have to fight them quite a lot for stuff in North America. So, yeah. And really, when looking at regions specifically, instead of colonial regions, all we need to conquer in North America, man, is Cascadia, California, Hudson Bay, and Canada, right? Yeah. Dev'd up Smolensk, so now we should be at 6 guys right here. Someone is above 20, that's Kiev, so now we should be at 6. Yeah, now we are at 6, and I'll need 90% crown land as well. I need to seize 2 more times for that, which we will get to. It's not a big deal. We can seize land without getting rebels to pop up. So yeah, I guess Bulgaria is gonna be the 7th subject. I wonder if this has like more than 100 dev over here. Let's see, Bulgaria currently at 25 dev, plus 16, plus 9, plus 11. And yeah, these provinces are decent dev, man. I might give them like 2 or 3 extra. All right, folks, truce with the Ottomans is up. I did calculations, and by giving Bulgaria back all of their cores, they will get over 100 and become the 7th subject with at least 100 total development. So let's go ahead and declare on them. We're just gonna do a regular reconquest now. I'm probably also gonna take provinces for myself. Let's declare for that right there. I'm not gonna call on Austria here. No, they'll just do occupations, right? Yeah. What the frick? Egypt just joined on my side. How? Wait, is it a great power thing? It is. So, oh no. So Songhai intervened on the Ottoman side, or no, they're allied? Yeah, they're allied. So there's 2 great powers on the other side? Yes. And Egypt intervened on my side. I mean, it's cool, but they're gonna occupy stuff, which I guess I don't really care about right now. All I can say is shout out Egypt. They better go and siege Songhai, because I sure as hell won't go down there. Well, we're done with the Ottomans. Someone just gotta go and siege Songhai, which I guess Egypt is already getting to it. But yeah, let's continue building monuments. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, this is actually a great monument for absolutism, man. You know, with Trebizond being here for the 3rd episode in a row, I feel like, you know, when the AI expands and leaves someone tiny in the middle of them, like Garha, or, well, you know, someone allyless and weak. You know what I mean. I'm the AI right now. I haven't taken them out. All right, shout out Egypt for sieging down Songhai so quickly. But what we're gonna do here is obviously give all of these provinces back to Bulgaria. That's gonna put them at 106 development. Then I'm also gonna give these 3 provinces right here to Hungary. And then what I'm gonna do is, well, let's just take that fort right there. Okay, it doesn't seem like that much, but you know, it's high def provinces, I guess. So there we go. There's another war with the Ottomans done, and now we should have our 7th subject at, well, I guess some of them are rebellious, but let's go ahead and see that. So Galicia, Volhynia, placate, Kiev, pay off debt, and now, yes, okay, cool. So we just need to seize 2 more times, and we'll be set to take that mission. But yeah, in the meantime, man, there we go. We did 2 wars over in Europe. I guess now we can pivot somewhere else. Chagatai is annoying. I'm kind of avoiding fighting them, but it's only them in Mongolia. Should we go for like Mongolia, Uzbek, Shibe is an option. I'm gonna start boarding the Siberian guys pretty soon. Oh yeah, look, I forgot about this. I forgot about little colonies right there. You'll love to see it, man. I just hope I can get 5 provinces quick enough. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Chagatai. Yeah, makes sense. Aquino, maybe? Stop! If you're enjoying episode 3 of this Russia Grand Campaign, and if you're having fun watching, just like I'm having fun playing, why not hit that subscribe button if you haven't already? It'll help you stay up to date with when I drop the next episode in this Grand Campaign, or any other Grand Campaign, and other videos too, like A to Z and releasables. So if you haven't done it, do it. Or else. Alright, at this point, since we're waiting for our truce with the Commonwealth to expire, I am gonna go ahead and take this mission, man. There we go. We gain a claim on the region of Poland. Not permanent, of course, only until 29, which is perfect. Our truce with them expires in 15. Dope. So now we can do something with Kiev right here. We can focus on its religious importance. Gain a basilica, those bonuses. Stock exchange, well, for ramparts, actually, very nice, and defensiveness, but it doesn't make sense in farmlands. Or we can expand Kiev's academy. Dev discount, institution spread, and like equal dev. You know, what's it looking like right now? Yeah, that's not bad. Let's do religious. Why not? Let's do religious. Of course, after we end up taking that bottom mission that I've been yapping on for so long, then we'll really start annexing the subjects. I'll integrate Finland and these guys right here. The reason I'm doing Finland is obviously because I want the Karelian infantry guys, right? We don't just want Streltsy, which I do need to build up way more of. Oh, actually, not that many more of. But yeah, in other news, man, this is what the religion map mode is looking like. So we're spreading Orthodox quite nicely. And actually, I've been doing culture conversion when we're overflowing on Diplo points on the cheapest provinces. And actually, a lot of provinces are super cheap. And we've already converted quite a lot to Muscovite. And I've just started Siberian frontiering, the final 2 provinces we can do over here. There we go. We filled out the map, man. We just got to fight these guys later on. But armies are now in position to fight Chagatai, so let's go ahead and do it. I'm not even going to do Reconquest, just a regular Holy War, because I want to take provinces for myself as well. So, yeah, there's our deck on Chagatai. We'll focus on sort of bordering them off right here, because we're not interested in what they own in Tibet. So, yeah, just going to peace out Mongolia. Okay, so we're in this war, man. Peace out Mongolia. We're doing pretty well. I'm pretty close to peacing out. This is going to be the peace deal right here. However, rise of the burgher class. The cities are growing. Rise of the burghers will be granted to the burghers, which has the following effect. We lose 5 mercantilism. They can't have land seized, and they don't lose crownland share from developing provinces. And 0% crownland ownership, which they already have, gives them nothing. So there we go. I guess there's a privilege granted to the burghers we can't revoke. Just like we can't revoke this one, I don't think. We should be able to do that. Revoke privileges no matter what after we do this one in the way that we're doing it. If you can see right there, absolute rule and stuff like that. So we'll see if that changes anything. These are, and a -10 max absolutism, -5 max absolutism. Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever be able to revoke those. We'll see. And there we go, Chagatai will accept. So I'm giving the Kazakh cores back to Kazakh, and then I'm sort of surrounding them along the border of Central Asia right here, and their whatever they own in Mongolia. So there we go. There's a peace out with Chagatai. Perfect. So now, you know, this little area that they own is locked in. Even if someone else from down here fights them, they won't be able to take this. So we'll finish that off later. So yeah, we still got Uzbek. We got Mongolia, who I white peaced. yeah, we're looking pretty good here. Really not that bad. Truce with Persia is up. I could fight Persia. Akkuyunlu also has like 5 provinces we need. I could fight Akkuyunlu. Yeah, lots of different options right here. Truce with the Commonwealth expires in 1615. We should be able to pop another war before that though, huh? Oh, by the way, the Age of Absolutism, I thought it ended. Okay, 8 months, 8 months. Hey, has Norwegian Canada expanded up to, can I rename these guys now? I didn't used to be able to do it. Let's try it. Let's, what do we want to call it? Canada, right? Hey, nice. Now I can rename them. Okay, maybe let's pick a better name. I looked up what's Canada called in Russia, but obviously it's just Canada, but with a K. So let's call it like that. Canada, just like that. You know, not too creative. Canadian. Nice, nice. And there is the age of absolutism, ladies and gentlemen. The age of blobbing. We really don't need absolutism for anyone we're fighting. No one's really that big to where we need to fight them 58 times. Sure, it's gonna save us a little bit of time with Persia, but I'm still never gonna go over 100% overextension. But current max absolutism man is 69. Nice, not that bad actually. Do we gain it already? Yes, we already do gain 0.75 each year, which is actually great. By lowering autonomy, harsh treatmenting, which we can do, we'll get it up early. And do we have any of these completed? Yeah, just the potential for a large army. So let's put down universities. I don't have cultures promoter, really? Yeah, I should have stayed in the war, obviously. Yeah, let's put down universities. Frick my life. So the requirements changed for this. Now it's not the subject thing anymore. Now it's 90 absolutism. What the frick did I dev and grow my subjects then for? Oh, fine. At least now I can annex them. Let's do Smolensk. I've started annexing Chernigov too. Isn't it interesting how pretty much every province's name shrinks until it fits? Like, look at this long one here, for example. Frankfurt is so tiny, but this is the only province, Rostov-on-Don, which of course Azov gets renamed to that doesn't shrink to fit inside the borders. Do you guys know of any other provinces like that? Ah, yes. Also, we've weathered the troubles. We'll gain a stab discount and all states loyalty for 25 years. What a great mission that we waited 150 years for. But yeah, speaking of missions, man, we've already completed pretty much this entire branch. Yeah, definitely that unlocks when you form Russia. You know, only this one is present when you have Muscovy. We have the Russian Empire missions down here, which focus on modernization. I'm going to be doing them soon. You know, I'm already working on some of them. And then it's just some conquest ones up here up top. For this one, we need a center of trade in Samarkand to expand down here. These are the colonization ones. This one is Manchuria. This one is for the Balkans right here. And this one is for Scandinavia. So yeah, we're pretty close to wrapping up this missions. Do we get new missions if we go revolutionary though? I kind of didn't want to go revolutionary. I kind of wanted to do like an absolute monarchy playthrough. All right, boys, our truce with the Commonwealth is going to be up pretty soon, so I want to fight them. So I'll just do a quick little war versus Transoxiana right here. We need their center of trade for a certain mission, and we're going to take everything that they have over here. It's not going to be a full annex, so we don't really care about separate piecing all of their allies. Fars is weak. Persia is right there. We can piece them out, and Bengal is super weak too. So there we go. Holy war on Transoxiana. And there we go. Transoxiana is willing to accept giving me this, and I am gonna take it. Perfect, man. So now we should be able to take the mission, consolidate the steppes, which gives us some bonuses in certain provinces with center of trade. Very nice. And now to finish off this branch, we need to own another center of trade in Persia. Did we just conquer one? We just did conquer one. Nice. Okay, so that'll happen when we fight Persia. That's pretty much the last Persian, branch right there. Obviously, we do need to own all of Persia and Khorasan, so we'll be getting into it with Persia, Fars, Hormuz, and Delhi. Yeah, nice formidable ally. Finally, someone that is going to put up at least a little bit of a challenge, slightly more than the Ottomans did, which is nothing. All right, truce with the Commonwealth is up. Let's go ahead and fight them. You see how much everyone loves me, man? I've been kicking these guys' ass for the past almost 200 years, but they'd still marry me. Yeah, let's go ahead and declare on them. We are doing... Right, we can't do Holy War. All right, thank frick I got regular claims. Let's just declare for like that right there. There we go. Also time for a tier 9 gov reform. We're gonna go with the 6 books of the Republic for -5 years of separatism. You know, in the meantime, these guys exist up here. I just put down this tiny little free company. Let's go ahead and wipe these two guys out. All right, we're done with Chavchuveni. While we're here, we might as well fight the other guys, right? And we're done with the Commonwealth too. I'm actually out of manpower, man. I gotta stop wasting it. I gotta actually, do focused sieges and battles and stuff like that. But yeah, we're done with the Commonwealth. What I think I'm gonna do right now is, like this right here, so we can surround them so no one else can fight them. This is quite a lot of AE, but I don't think people are really gonna care because they're Orthodox. And then I probably wanna, I was gonna say take all of this, but I don't know, any centers of trade? Yeah, let's just get like Vilna or something. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. Well, actually, no, we don't have claims on that. Might as well take stuff we got claims on. So let's do this. Sure. Okay, but now that we're done with that, I also gotta wrap these guys up. We'll chill, gather up some manpower. You know, we got that button that we click every few years that gives us like 30-something K manpower at this point, which is cool. So yeah, let's finish annexing. Who am I annexing? Chernigov and Smolensk, and then I'll probably get back to some of these guys. In fact, it might be time to start pushing into the Jurchen guys. You know, Korea is like probably gonna be 6,000 dev. We need to conquer them. Yue here, who is the emperor? No, Wu is the emperor, but Yue, I guess we gotta fight. They're pretty large. They have provinces in Mongolia that we want. So yeah, I guess I'll get back here. Hey, I can revoke Rise of the Burghers, man. I can't revoke this one though. It just gives me trade efficiency. Nah, get out of here. Okay, but after doing this to Poland, man, we can take the mission Partition Poland, which gives us Czech, Sorbian, Silesian, Polish, and Slovak as accepted cultures. We gain hegemony over the West Slavs until any culture from the West Slavic culture group gets demoted, giving the following, max promoted cultures +5, minus 10% CCR for 20 years, and a permaclaim on Carpathia, which I do already have, so that's why we're taking this mission immediately. Then we can also take Annex Carpathia, which gives us Hungarian, Romanian, and Transylvanian as an accepted culture. Same thing with the West Slavs max promoted cultures. Manpower and True Faith, very good actually, and a permaclaim on every South Slavic province in the Balkan region, which is really, that we don't own, I guess, which is really, wait, Spalato didn't, I swear I gave this to Hungary. Yeah, I guess it would give us some claims. I'm gonna take it preemptively here. That's more manpower, perfect. And then we can also take Protected the South Slavs, which will form the Slavic culture group. And I think that brings in the South Slavs and the West Slavs into one giant group. So since we're an empire, everything gets auto-accepted, right? And there's a, yeah, it did change. It's yellow now, Slavic, very cool. And all of this is auto-accepted. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, there should be more countries should have this mechanic, man. And then we can take Third Rome, which I will do. Now, very important decision. We can either make Constantinople or Tsargrad our capital. We gain some dev right there. It'll change to Muscovite. It'll get renamed. We get Third Rome in the province, which is some awesome bonuses. Or we make St. Petersburg even more glorious. Now, you know, I think, man, it makes more sense to keep St. Petersburg as our capital, right? I don't know. Both of these would be very cool. I'm more leaning towards this one. Because then if I move my capital here, I'm still going to want to move my main trade node back to Novgorod. And I don't got the Diplo points for it right now since we're annexing these guys. So our trade is going to tank for a while. And listen, you know, as nice as these modifiers are, St. Petersburg shall be made even more glorious. That's the Third Rome, man. Rome is the first Rome. Constantinople or Tsargrad is the second Rome. This is the Third Rome. Oh, okay, let's take that. And I was just about to like full state this, which, you know, we got from Chernigov, which we annexed. But another important event, ascension of the Russian middle class. The empire will survive this. Nobles rise up, boyars lose a bunch of loyalty, and peasant liberation gets revoked. Interesting, which would remove minus 20% national manpower, but then they do get the new middle class. The burghers gets it, which, you know, we did revoke that other one from the burghers, man. I guess maybe this only showed up because we revoked the other one, huh? Which gives us even more manpower. War taxes cost burgher privilege, but makes tech and ideas more expensive. You know what? Let's enforce serfdom again on the new members of the burghers, man. Come on, we already westernized, baby. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Okay, so we've granted that to whomst? To the boyars. Total serfdom. Break it. The only reason I did this is because we're past modernization, right? Tech and ideas being more expensive, sure, is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I like manpower. And speaking of manpower, man, let's go ahead and pick up admin 18 right here. Roll. It'll be time for our first mill idea group. And is there any doubt with which one we're going to go with? Of course not, boys. Full quantity, baby. Full quantity. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Max manpower 365k right now. And boys, I haven't even built a single soldier's household. We do got the manufacturing mission down now as well. State manufactories, up to 10 random provinces. We'll have 20 dev, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what I did. I guess I built manufactories, which is very nice. Cool. And I really haven't been paying attention to what's been going on here. The funniest part is France not doing anything for 200 years, but Brittany, who's allied themselves to France and is just chilling the entire campaign. Look at this big-ass colony that they have. Floride. It's theirs. And they have stuff down here. Or do they? I guess they do. Done with the Kamcha dolls as well. Cool. So I was able to do a lot of lowering autonomy when I just took these provinces from the subjects in Poland. In the meantime, I've been strengthening government, harsh treatmenting and stuff like that. And I actually have reached 90 absolutism. I just revoked what you call it, strong duchies from the boyars. We don't really need it anymore. So now we're officially able to get 100 absolutism. We go back to this mission down here where we had more than this. I guess we need to get back to 90% Kremlin and stab up. Either way, our absolutism was really strong, man. We'll get it up to like 100 in no time. Yeah. Now, how did Mongolia get 57 allies? Who do we fight to avoid fighting all of their allies? Uzbek. They won't even help them. I mean, frickin'. Such a good money-making monument, man. The Krakow Cloth Hall, it's like 20% goods produced and tier 3 and 2 additional merchants. I just bumped it up to tier 1. I'm gonna use all my money now to get this up to tier 3 as fast as possible. That's it for Uzbek. Annexing Kiev and Galicia Volhynia now. Okay, armies are pretty much into position. Let's get into these Manchurian guys. I'm gonna declare on Shibe right here. Mongolia won't even help out. Okay, that's dope. Okay, done with Shibe, and that is gonna be a full annex. Very nice, man. Okay, so let's analyze the situation here. Korchin allied to Jeonju and a tributary of Yue. And actually, Yue is doing really well, man. They're not the emperor, but they're doing a really good job of unifying China. So shout out them, even though I'm gonna kick their ass soon. And a tributary and allied to Jeonju. These guys, Mongolia, Korchin, and Haishi is their tributary. Orochoni is a tributary of Japan and allied to Korea and Haishi. Yeah, it's everyone with everyone over here in this scenario. So maybe... Oh, actually, a truce with Chagatai is up. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fight Chagatai, take this from them. That's the only thing we need. After that, we can go back to Persia, Ottomans, Commonwealth, Sweden. So yeah, I'll go Chagatai and then this way, and then we'll loop back around and get back to these guys. I think that's sort of turning out to be the theme for this episode, boys. Just... you know, finishing off Europe, man. I think in this episode, we might get to conquer everything we want to conquer over here. Wait, do we gotta fight Egypt for something? No. Oh, well, actually, yes. Yeah, for 3 provinces in Anatolia. Actually, they're really strong. Very nice. It'll be good warm-up for Spain. So yeah, we might get almost everything we need over in Europe and Asia. And then final episode is just gonna be weird-ass wars in North America. In North America and in Europe. Versus Spain. We're definitely gonna have to landing troops here. But yeah, colony in Alaska is almost done. We just need this one to finish, and after that we'll have 5, so it'll form. Obviously nowhere near as powerful as Pacifico Norte over here, but we'll get there. And then I've started poking into California here. There may be a chance to establish a colonial nation here, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Canada is doing all right. They're expanding down here where I don't want them to expand, but it is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do? Look, these are so cheap to core. Oh my god. There's a really OP mission that we did, I think, last time, where anytime you do summon the diet and the agenda auto completes. So you can just pick whatever you like and it's automatically done. Really good. Alrighty, I'm right here. Let's fight Chagatai. Once again, holy war, no one will help them. Easy, man. All I want from Chagatai is this. Excellent. All right, now that we're done with Chagatai, I think we go for the Ottomans. Yeah. Alaska has been formed! I'm in this war still. I just got a new empress and prince and emperor consort. We still got the Ruriks, but they're not Catholic. They're Catholic. Why are they Catholic, man? Yeah, they're worth it. No way. So I just pieced out Persia, made them break the alliance with Bahmanis. No big deal. Yue just full annexed Wu, but didn't take the mandate, so they destroyed the mandate of heaven. There it is, the Empire of China no longer exists. Damn, man, I haven't seen the AI do that. I don't know when, maybe ever, bro. So now there's no more Emperor of China. There's no mandate. Imagine you're going for that one achievement where you need to be all the things and the AI does that. Oh my god. But Yep, I don't know. Shout out UA, I guess, for doing that. Excellent, man. All the allies are out. What's happening here? Let me just see the Spanish Breton colonial war. Very cool. Let's take everything that the Ottomans have in the Balkans. I know this is technically Anatolia, but we'll take it anyway. I can't believe Austria got this, man. That's all I gotta say. I can't believe they're in Anatolia as well. Then what I'm gonna do is this, I think. Wait, why don't they want to give me stuff? Oh, I need to occupy roads. Frick roads then. Let's just surround the Ottomans as much as we can. Something like this maybe? Nah, that's over 100, man. Let's just do this, huh? Perfect. Okay, that's the war with the Ottomans done. Now, regarding the things Austria has done over here, they're gonna be one of the last nations that we fight. Like, as you can see, boys, I'm focusing on everything else. Like, Egypt, man, these few Egyptian provinces that we need in Anatolia. Genoa, we need to fight. Venice for a province. Austria for all of this. We're gonna do that, like, way later. Might even be after we fight Spain for all the New World stuff, right? So there we go. We did the Ottomans. Trebizond still. No one's gotten to them. We did the Ottomans. Commonwealth. We got a truce with the Commonwealth for 2 more years. I might chill till then, honestly. I've kind of been, you know, forgetting about Sweden, mostly pummeling the Commonwealth, and they're in every war. I never made them break the alliance. So, yeah, let's chill. Either do the Commonwealth or Sweden, and then maybe Persia would be a good option. Yes, to sort of block them off as well. Yeah, Hormuz, Akkoyunlu. They're allied to Hormuz, so we could take this from Hormuz in that Akkoyunlu war, potentially. And I know what some of you are thinking, oh, you should conquer the entire Slavic culture group, even though it's not in the regions you want, like, you know, Sorbian, Czech, Slovene. We're never gonna get that because it's not in the regions we're going for, and I think that might be a bit much, boys. Let's leave it as a pretext for future wars. We'll just say Bohemia and Austria are oppressing them. We'll go liberate them. You know how it is. During that war, of course, Kiev and Galicia, Volhynia were integrated. We're actually... I need to build more GovCap buildings. Who do we integrate next? There's always a chance of annexing Finland and Hungary, so let's leave them for last. Bulgaria, Kazakh. Let's do Kazakh. They're kind of annoying here. All right, so I was just waiting on Austria to finish a war with Cologne because I was helping them out. Let's go ahead and, you know, continue fighting the Commonwealth, man. We don't got claims on them anymore, or... Actually, let's do Sweden. Let's do Sweden, yeah. It's funny how the later we get, the more I play in real lifetime, but the less I play in-game. I've only played about 40 years right now, but I've been doing it all day, whereas, you know, the amount of time it took me for the early game, I could have done 100 years by now. It's just, it gets slower and there's less footage and stuff like that. It's interesting. But yeah, enough yapping about technical things when recording EU4 videos. Let's move on to kicking Sweden's ass. They're Protestant. You know what, man? I'm tired of this mission hovering around. We're not gonna use Karelians. There we go. What did that give me? Nothing. The ability to complete Finnish missions, which I don't really care about. Ooh, now to gain 25 permanent power projection, we just need to influence 3 200 dev countries. Really shouldn't be that difficult. And there we go. They're prepared to fold. I'm gonna take everything that I can from them. This doesn't even put me over 100%, which is awesome. Excellent, man. One more war versus Sweden, and we might have all of Scandinavia except for the stuff that Denmark owns. Now, when fighting Denmark, man, it's gonna be pretty interesting because they have Vinland, New Denmark, and Danish Louisiana over in the New World. Now, Vinland is obviously present mostly in the, in the colonial Canada region. So when we fight Denmark, we can make them, like, concede Canada colonial region and stuff like that, right? Oh my god, the border war here is just so insane, dude. I can't. And look, Denmark is actually beating Brittany's ass and about to take Floride from them. So yeah, interesting. Meanwhile, my California colony... yeah, it doesn't look too good, man. I'm gonna have 3 if I do end up colonizing this 4, and then I guess I could fight Yokuts for the 5th one, which would make it faster than colonizing. But let's see how things turn out here. Either way, done with Sweden. I guess we forget about these guys for now, or do I go for Denmark now? We're gonna get to Denmark later. Yeah, let's frick off from here. Bahmani is right. Now they're Defender of the Faith. Interesting. So yeah, Kuyunlu maybe. Delhi's Defender of Sunni, I guess. Trebizond, or just get to these guys. What did we start this game with? Like 2800 dev? We're at 4,700. Let me look at that first clip. Yeah, 2,935. We've grown by almost 2,000 dev in just like 40 years. What did we really do that much? I don't think we really did that much. Oh, Jeonju doesn't have any allies. By the way, does anyone know of a mod that makes your colonies never, in no way, expand outside of their colonial region? Like, no wars, no colonization, no nothing. Because if there's a mod like that, boys, I'm really gonna have to start playing with it, man. I hate this Borgor stuff that they do. How did they even get this? Like, how did that happen? Okay, I just influenced Vij, Ayutthaya, and Japan, and now I got an email, but also I can take this mission right here for 25 per minute power projection. Okay, this entire branch right there is done for. So this one is Manchuria related. These are the 3 colonization ones, and then for this one, we need one more center of trade in Persia. Oh my god, let's fight Persia. I gotta fight Persia after this. And that's an easy peasy lemon squeezy full annex on Jeonju. Did I get a tributary from that? Yes, I did. It's Haishi. Let's go ahead and cancel tributary. Oh, UA isn't willing to defend Mongolia. Who is their other tributary here? Mongolia, Tonkin. Hey, shout out Tonkin. I just played them in releasables. Go watch that video. It kind of flopped. Please. And Korchin. Will they also not defend Korchin? No, they will defend Korchin, but they won't defend Mongolia. I don't got diplomats, frick. Okay, now I got diplomats. Yes, they still won't defend them. Perfect. There's our deck on Mongolia. We gotta almost full annex them. We don't need Baoding right here. Well, the Ottomans blew up. Haishi will accept being eaten. Hey, just annexed Kazakh. Yay. You might be noticing that I'm only stating stuff by subcontinent currently. We're doing only Eastern and Western Europe. And by the way, I haven't been trade companying anything down here. You guys know I don't like playing with the new trade companies, man. And by new, I mean being able to trade company everywhere. So I'm just keeping this as territories. As we unlock more GovCap, I'll keep stating further, you know, this way. All right, we've cored everything from Korchin, and Mongolia is willing to accept this. It's not even that bad, so there's a peace out on them as well. Nice, man. We're looking very, very blobby right now. 5,100 dev, just like that. I don't even know what we were at, but okay, we're still here. UA is willing to defend Korchin. What about Orochoni, though? This one might be kind of annoying because even though we don't need to full annex these guys, they'll still have provinces left here. Actually, shoot, my armies are already here, man. Yeah, just go for this. Siege Korea, make them break the alliance with UA. Something like that. I actually like that. Okay, let's start coring that. Let's delete these, leftover, what you call it, Kazakh, troops. I don't even know what they're doing. And let's line these boys up. I guess we're hard focusing on this. That's a wrap on quantity. Let's see what kind of policies we got. Ah, the goods produced. I love it, I love it, I love it. Let's take the morale 2, and let's take the force limit and diplo wrap. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that one. Okay, let's do Orochoni. We're not planning to full annex them anyway, so it really shouldn't be that bad. Wow, just what I needed. The Franco-Ottoman alliance. Finally, dude. Korea was annoying enough to peace out, but then these guys don't want to peace out. So that's all I need from Orochoni. Okay, excellent. Right now, I'm just helping out Austria with some Hesse stuff, helping. Now, I think we go in versus Korchin, boys, with UA willing to join, because I can peace out UA for the remaining Mongolian provinces, which there aren't that many of, man. It's only like, what's that? 4 and then 4 more right there, or 3 more? Yeah, 8 provinces I need from them. And then by taking everything from Korchin up to here as well, we can go ahead and establish sort of a fort border between these guys right here. So we'll be defensively protected from this side. No more playing with these guys until, of course, we gotta fight Korea later on. And we will need to do probably like, yeah, 2 or 3 wars versus them, depending on overextension and stuff like that. So after we deal with Korchin and UA now, that is where we're gonna full focus on Persia, Hormuz, Delhi even, Karakoyunlu, the Ottomans, Trebizond, Egypt, Commonwealth, Sweden, and Denmark. Really not that many more nations left to fight. But now that we've done that, man, we can take the mission Amur Acquisition right here. Capital of Vladivostok gets renamed to Vladivostok. That should be... Is that here or there? I don't know where it is, but yeah, we gain all of those bonuses right there. Where right there. There's Vladivostok. I never knew it bordered North Korea. I always thought it was like there. I guess that's different. That's the volcanoes. This is Manchuria, but yeah, okay, there we go. We can do that as well. We can go ahead and pour these provinces up. Is 2 stacks gonna be enough to fight UA? Yeah, honestly, Korea had about 70k troops. It should be enough. Okay, let's do that then. There's Korchin, Holy War. UA is in. I gotta say, UA was decently strong for one battle, because they had a Miltech over me, but then I absolutely destroyed them. So there we go. There's the peace deal with UA right there, man. Oh my god, I can't find it. Yeah, there it is. That's all I need from them. And just like that, they no longer own any provinces we need. Excellent. At this point, we're pretty much also done with Korchin, which means we can take this from them, which is everything we want. And there we go. A day tick by, and we can piece them out. Nice. Okay. We're pretty much done with East Asia, man. Yeah, I gotta say I'm very satisfied with that. Let's go ahead and core up all of those provinces. As soon as they're done coring, we'll build up like the defensive wall, starting from Vladivostok all the way to right here, I guess, to Yashikul. And then it's Persia time, or Trebizond, Ottomans, Akuyunlu, doesn't matter. I think I'm actually gonna annex Bulgaria now. Oh, Pacifico Norte declared on Alaska. How strong are they? They're not very strong, are they? Thing is, I can't, well, nah, I can't see. I kind of wanted to put merc companies in my colonies, but I guess I can't do that. Or wait, some guys I can. Or down here. Right? Yeah. Where's like the grand and independent companies though? Right, I don't have money for them, but if I do that, let's say we put up the independent guys down here and then the grand guys down here. Can I enforce peace on Pacifico Norte? Yes, I can. Oh, they accepted. I wanted to fight them. That didn't really work out. Okay. In the meantime, though, while we're doing all of this, Austria is going pretty wild inside the HRE, man. They're eating up everyone. I didn't think I'd see it, but Spain is gonna annex England. Okay, the fortification of these provinces has started, so I've built up forts, or, well, they're constructing from here all the way to right there. Then the next one should be right here, which means we gotta get into it with some of these guys right here, man. Persia, Bahmanis, Ottomans, they're not allied to France. Persia and Songhai. Akkuyunlu, allied to Hormuz. Delhi's Defender of the Faith. Actually, this is not a bad idea, but I'd rather do Persia first, so we border Delhi and we take all the necessary provinces from them in that Defender of the Faith war, which there actually is quite a lot. Wow. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7. It's gotta be Persia. Well, there's finally 90% Kremlin ownership. The mission I've been trying to do the entire campaign, man. Absolute rule until the end of the game. 20 absolutism. I already have it. I already have the max absolutism, I think. Yeah, I do. You know, Egypt is currently fighting Persia and the Ottomans, so I'm waiting to see how that resolves. In the meantime, I guess we can go for the Commonwealth. So, slight change of plans. Just pieced out Sweden, still working on the Commonwealth. Tier 10 gov reform time, so we got the gov cap. We got CCR and minimum autonomy in territories, which could be decent because we do have a lot of territories, plus 1 possible policies, which we actually, it will be really useful later on. And then we got Tolerance of the True Faith, War Score Cost. I'm leaning between these two, but I'm actually going to go with Kingdom for the People. So that's plus 1 possible policies. Now we got 4 instead of 3, which is dope. I'm actually going to bring these back in then. Hey, I spawned manufactories in. Of course, everyone knows about the great city of Chernigov. Well, actually, it's decent, 23 dev. This does change everything. The Commonwealth isn't full annexable here, even with my 45% admin efficiency. So I'm going to just take this and then take this later. There we go. Okay, so 1 more war versus the Commonwealth. Nice, I like that though. We pretty much got the entirety of the region of Poland except for these 3 Silesian provinces, which we're gonna get eventually. Right. In the meantime, though, this whole Egypt shenanigans ended. They actually took provinces over here. That's so funny, dude. Still the same Ottoman alliances. Yeah, nothing's changed here, man. Maybe Akkuyunlu. Yeah, and then we can do Hormuz too. Yeah, they do have quite a lot of provinces. I don't think we can take all of this without co-belligerenting them. So if I do co-belligerent them, Somalia and Delhi, which I don't want to fight Delhi yet because of this. It's so convoluted. And Trebizond still exists. I'm gonna spy on them. Meanwhile, the defensive line over here is up. Level 6 forts all the way, baby. Spain did integrate England. Spanish Britain. Yeah, they're still nowhere near me, man, but pretty funny. Okay, so I just built up to 50 Streltsy. I guess we don't have that many. We can take that mission, and now we finally are able to do the mission, westernize the military. We just need to win 40 battles, which it'll happen sooner or later, and we need 90 professionalism. So let's get the drilling. Oh, and I've annexed Bulgaria. I just noticed that. Okay, I'm gonna fight Trebizond and make the Ottomans break their alliance with Persia, so we can just fight Persia and Bahmanis. All right, well, that took about 12 seconds. Declare on Persia, Holy War. I'm sort of planning to surround them here if I can. There we go. Bakhmatis is in this. They are going to be pretty annoying. They're not bigger than UA was when I fought them. UA upsized to like 100 and something thousand, so it really shouldn't be that bad, except they got 1,000,000 forts and they're all upgraded. Yeah, just as I thought. Really, are the only AIs that don't upgrade forts Russia and the Ottomans, man? Look, Ottomans, actually, that's why it was so quick. They only had like one fort and the capital right here. Yeah, but when I see the AI Russia and the Ottomans never upgrade theirs, even Persia does. Let's see, what about the Indian guys? Yeah, they do it as well, on some at least. Yeah, interesting. Okay, these are gonna be long-ass sieges, so let's get started, man. Done with Trebizond. And there we go, Persia is willing to accept this, even though Bakhmanis isn't out because, you know, we got lots of war score from battles. This is what I'm taking. I am taking 2 centers of trade as well and connecting myself down here, you know, bordering them off from the Indian guys, and with this we'll be able to complete another mission. Obviously not going over 100 overextension, and there we go. That's another war versus Persia done, man. Yeah, they've sort of come out of nowhere, you know, they've been here this entire campaign. We will need a couple of more wars to take them down, but now Canada is rebellious. Why would Canada be rebellious? There we go. We placated those guys. Now we can do another mission, which is beyond the Caspian Sea. We just gain a skill 3 trader, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's whatever. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the entire top part of this mission tree done, except for these 3 colonization ones. Everything over here is done as well, which is awesome. And of course, down here, these ones are the most annoying. But yeah, let's score these provinces up, man. With this, we can, I don't know, I guess harsh treatment a little bit or something, or oh, maybe not. Maybe I can just take tech right here, which honestly, I will do. There we go. Perfect. So now, let's see. How mad are people? We're done with these guys. I keep forgetting. Korea. Yeah, we do need to get into it with Korea while UA isn't willing to join, honestly. Yeah, because Korea's so dev'd. You guys know it's always so dev'd. Like, look at this, man. Almost 40 dev provinces right here. Literally everything that they have. This is probably their lowest dev province. I'm gonna deck on them immediately, man, while we're here. And I need to bum rush them so UA doesn't join. It's gonna be way easier, obviously, if we don't need to siege down these guys. So, yeah, Korea's next. And that's a full siege on Korea. Let's see the damage right here. We don't really care about AE in this department, I guess. Okay, that's not that bad. We can actually take a lot more than I thought we could, but yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Maybe I do this to take one more fort instead. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, still under 100, and there we go. There's a peace out with Korea. There actually is a chance we could full annex them in our next war with them, but for now, we're done with this region. So, my truce with the Ottomans just expired. Oh! Egypt former Arabia. Isn't it a downgrade though? Well, not really actually. Recently, not really. But yeah, okay, shout out to the Mamluks, man. They've been having a great game. So we do need to fight these guys. I'm kind of saving them for later. You know, I like saving big guys for later. They're definitely going to be annoying to fight. They're allied to this tiny Jaunpur here. Pretty big Somalia. Split Morocco. Yeah, very interesting. So Ottomans, they're allied to France now, but France wouldn't join. I mean, I guess we finished them off, right? And they have deleted their fort in Rhodes, which is dope. Yeah, after that we get the Commonwealth too. Still a truce with them. Still a truce with this tiny Sweden. I'm not actually annexing anyone. I think it's time we integrate Finland right here. By the way, Spain's colonies should be rebellious, man. Yeah, New Spain is. They've been asking me to support their independence for quite a while, but I'm really not interested. There we go. We started integrating Finland. Let's go ahead and hit the Ottomans, man. It's just war after war this campaign. We just keep rolling. Akkuyung also needs to be annexed. They're allied to Hormuz, which I don't border, so I really can't do anything with them, huh? Okay, nevertheless, we're going for the Ottomans. There we go. Pretty much done with the Ottomans. Let's see what we can do with them. Let's try and not make anyone else border them. That's 103, so we'll just do this. There we go. Okay, one more war with the Ottomans, and they're done. I really should have taken Rhodes. I'm a dumbass, but it is what it is. Okay, so now I'm over 100, but these things that I took from Korea will finish getting core, which is nice. Yeah, what do we do now? Yeah, maybe I chill for about a year and think about my plans, but it's really gonna be the Commonwealth and Sweden, man. In fact, it's probably gonna be the Commonwealth and Sweden. Yeah, once my truce with the Commonwealth is up, it's time to wrap these guys up, and we really should look into fighting Denmark right here. The reason I haven't really focused on these guys is because we'll need a pretty significant navy. Now, I do have some galleys down here. I guess we should Yeah, build more galleys and heavies. You know, we do need to work on the navy for this mission as well, so we need 50 naval tradition. That's gonna be, well, maybe not. Let's see, where's naval tradition? We still lose it even though we're protecting trade. Okay, so yeah, we need 50 naval tradition, 80% of the force limit, and 2 admirals. Force limit isn't that big. Okay, let's just build up a bunch of galleys, man. I'll put down like 100, not 106 galleys, but we'll put down, there we go, something like that maybe. Japan is invading Korea now. If they do end up taking stuff over here, it is gonna be kind of annoying to get war score on them since I don't have a navy here, but it's still doable. I guess if Japan does take all of this, we'll need like 2 wars to take them down, I think, because of war score. Now, looking at Delhi right here, based on all of the relations that they have, there isn't anyone else we could declare on. It's got to be on Delhi directly. Arabia is defender of the Sunni faith, but they won't help them. Bahmanis really wasn't a problem in the Persia wars. Yeah, and we really don't need to take that much from them. I'll get to them when I get to them, but for now I'm prepping to, well, actually I'm already prepped. Let's go ahead and declare on the Commonwealth, ladies and gentlemen. Co-belligerent Sweden right here, or no. Declare on Sweden with this, co-belligerent the Commonwealth. And this is going to be a full annex on Sweden and on the Commonwealth. Exciting. And the Commonwealth is already willing to fold, so finally, that's a full annex on them. Nice, man. Feels good. I like these borders. I do like them quite a lot. Okay, let's core that up. We can take these things. I'm clicking them all the time. Let's just piece out some of these other guys right here so we can full annex Sweden. You know, Austria is just going wild in the HRE. They keep calling me into every single war. Whenever you see me fighting someone German, just know I haven't declared. That's why I'm not even mentioning it. You know, it's just Austria. I am getting kind of tired of helping them, but they've been a pretty good ally. Why do I guarantee them? You know, probably for a mission. They're a decent ally, man. We will have to fight them eventually, but I think I use them versus Spain and then break off the alliance. So I'm gonna be helping out in these minor wars for quite a while. And there we go. Sweden's willing to fold as well, and that's like the main part of Scandinavia, ours. We just need a couple of more provinces here from Denmark, which is of course why we're building up the navy. Japan only took Jeju? That's so annoying. Maybe they'd accept a threatened war on this one, but I can't even spy on it right now. I guess we'll deal with it when we deal with it. We make so much manpower now, 9k a month, that I'm immune to attrition. That's why all of these guys are dying, and I just took this, man. We gain like so much from it. I'm already over what we can actually make. Hey, Peter the Great. Nice, man. The Russian throne belongs to Peter. I forgot about this guy. I know we got some pretty good scripted rulers, but Ivan the 7th, he's gonna have to frick off because the Russian throne belongs to Peter. Oh, he's the heir. Okay, well, Ivan the 8th freaked off. You know, we already did a lot of the great things, so he's coming in a little late, but you know, we'll take him, man. Something I'm noticing this campaign is Portugal really isn't that strong of a colonizer, even though, you know, they've had a regular game, man. Good alliances, everything standard. They've expanded to Maghreb. They got South Africa. Okay, that's not bad. Some stuff over here. But yeah, a lack of focus in South America, man. They just got the Caribbean and Argentina, which is interesting. You know what? I am gonna pick up admin 22 right here, even though it's super early, just so we can pick up another mill idea group. This is gonna be offensive. It helps us out with force limit once again, but also buffs our generals and everything else too. So wow, that offensive finisher is really lacking. Recover army morale speed. That's it's decent, but yeah, let's go offensive. Okay, boats are done. Pretty much, right? Ish, kinda, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna move that fleet over here, and as soon as Austria is done with whatever they're doing, we're gonna declare on Denmark. I like it. All right, folks, Austria called it with Brandenburg. That means it is time for us to get involved with Denmark right here, which I think is gonna be the final war for this episode. You know, next episode we'll wrap things up right here and focus on the New World. Now, the only thing I'm slightly concerned about in this war is, okay, my subject Canada here, decently strong actually, 31k troops. We got Alaska here, they're probably, yeah, they're super tiny. Now let's see their subjects. Louisiana, 18k, New Denmark, 22k, and Finland, 12k. So it's about evenly matched, but because they're gonna have more manpower than Canada, I feel like Canada is gonna get rolled here. So I don't know, man, I don't know. Either way, I don't even know the right CB to use for this. I actually don't have colonialism on them. Interesting, I thought I would have colonialism, but yeah, the goal in this war, ladies and gentlemen, is to take everything that Denmark owns in the region of Scandinavia, so it's not going to be a full annex if we can, and then maybe make them cede colonial Canada or whatever it's called, right? So that would transfer Finland over to Canada. Let's see if it works, and let's see if it can all be done in one war. So there's our declaration. Let's drag in Austria. At this point, we control the fur trade, construction time, and global possible number of buildings +1. That's actually really strong, wow. Now, looking at these missions here, man, there might be a mission we can't actually complete. It's this one right here. After we do Great Fleet of Russia, we need to make either the White Sea, Novgorod, or the Baltic the highest value trade node in the world, as far as I'm seeing it, right? It's not half 50% trade power or have it the highest value. Let's make it the highest value then. We're actually not that good with that. I think we might have to trade company Asia for it, which I didn't want to do from a roleplay aspect. You know, I wanted to keep it territories and maybe even state it later on, but we'll probably have to trade company everything that isn't a state. So let's start getting more GovCap. Yeah, so there's actually concede Canada, and we can already do that. In fact, it's only 15% war score. Nice. But I can't take everything else over here. Okay, now that Naples is out, I am actually going to make them do that, man. We're going to give Vinland over to Canada, and then I'm going to take these provinces right here, basically all the main ones, the island and holding the fort, and then we are going to do another war versus them where we need to take the remaining 3 provinces. We can't do it all. So, there we go. That's that war with Denmark done, ladies and gentlemen, and very nice if I do say so myself. Now, why don't... What's the mission here? So, Alaska is the first one. The Canada one is already valid, which is nice. And then for this one, yeah, we need 20, it's 20 provinces everywhere pretty much. Yeah, too bad we didn't get in here earlier, man. If I had known this mission gives us, colonizers and whatnot, or whichever one it was, I would have gunned for it earlier. You know, expanded Alaska before Spain got here, but... it is what it is. Okay, we've grown Canada by quite a bit. That's very nice. That wasn't a lot of war score at all, so it'll be pretty easy, I think, to make Spain give up Canada, Pacifico Norte, and California later on. Although I don't know if I'll have it valid for California since I don't have a colony there. I don't have a colonial nation, I mean. Okay, so I've reworked our whole setup right here pretty much, and we're almost at GovCap. So what I did is I stated some additional things over here, pretty much everything that's in what you call it, the Astrakhan trade node, Crimea, Constantinople right here, and I've trade companied everything that's not in these trade nodes over here, the European-ish ones. With that, we got 4 additional merchants. I've placed them all around, you know, these nodes over here, routing everything to Novgorod, which we don't have max control over. But now we're at 151 trade value over there. So we're better than Lubeck. We're better than the Baltic Sea. We're actually even better than the English Channel. Wow. What was it? We're better than Sevilla. We're not better than Genoa, though. 156, and it's actually so close. So, did we do that mission? We did. It's actually so close. Where do we... I need to look at it in the ledger. All right, so I just took out hella loans, man, to build company depots and brokers exchanges everywhere. Those really are the money-making ones. So now if we let the month take over, this should increase significantly. Yeah, it did. 198, and we can probably, yeah, become an economic hegemon. But no, we're going for a mill hegemon this campaign, boys. Now it's got to be the highest value trade node in the world, right? Yes. Okay, so now we just need to complete Grand Fleet of Russia, which is 80 naval tradition, and build up the navy again. Oh my god, how did that happen? Oh, frick my life. Okay, maybe that's next episode stuff. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to leave it off, boys. We're about to integrate Finland right here. Only a couple of wars left in the old world. You know, one more war with Denmark right here. Wrap up the Ottomans, Akulu, Persia, Delhi, Korea right here. Just a few wars left. Then, of course, we're gonna set our sights on the New World to take over Spanish Canada, Pacifico Norte, and Spanish California. And after that, once we're done with Spain, we're gonna break our alliance with Austria, focus on fighting them, and taking the remaining provinces here. You know, Genoa, if they're in the HRE, pretty much deal with all of the HRE guys, including Austria, is gonna be the final thing that we do. And of course, once we're done annexing Finland, we're gonna start annexing Hungary as well. But overall, man, a super successful episode 3, if I do say so myself. You know, this is pretty much everything that we've conquered. Super strong. We're already wrapped up with a lot of regions that we needed to do. Excellently converting everything. I think everything is almost converted. converted. It's just the Danish stuff right here, so that's going along nicely as well. And we'll continue where we left off last time, man. We started with 2,900 dev this episode. Now we're at 6,700, so we've pretty much doubled, more than doubled. And yeah, we're looking really strong. Our army is getting bigger and bigger. We just need to buff the quality as well, and we'll need to buff the navy as well. Economy doing absolutely brazy right now. And I know, you know, you were kind of supposed to do this, what I just did as Russia from the start, but I wanted to do it in a little more role-play fashion, you know, like this is the territories and then the European stuff are the state, like that's more important, blah, blah, blah. But I guess the game also wants you to do this based on these missions right here. So did I keep myself poorer needlessly until now? Yes, if you're talking from a playing optimally sense, but from a roleplay perspective, well, it made sense to me. And the only thing that's left the state or trade company is the stuff we got in California, which we don't need to do either with those. So yeah, overall, very successful episode right here. We're gonna wrap it up next time, man, and I'm honestly very excited to see what the final 3 missions that we unlock are. If it's in the Age of Revolutions, well, I think we all know what's coming. But I think that's it for now. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying this grand campaign, man, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to stay up to date when the next episode drops. Leave a like so that I do know you actually like this video. And yeah, I'll see you for the final episode next time. That's it for me for now. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.